Alrighty guys, welcome back to Star Wars Review. Today I'm reviewing the Book of Boba Fett Chapter 1, Stranger in a Strange Land, the first episode of the new Disney Plus series, The Book of Boba Fett, which is a spin-off of The Mandalorian. But the episode was written by Jon Favreau and directed by Robert Rodriguez and released on December 29th, 2021. So yeah, very excited for this series to start up. I love Boba Fett, so yeah, and it's something I mainly liked him because of his armor, but then after more Mandalorians became bigger, I kind of started to not like him as much because he wasn't as cool. But the Mandalorian season 2, I really liked him in that, so I was excited to see more of him in his own series, which so far I've enjoyed him. The episode though, I do have a kind of a big problem with it. Something I didn't really enjoy, which is mainly the pacing of the episode. I would say about 2/3 of the episode is mainly flashback, and then 1/3 is kind of a present day thing. I just didn't really enjoy or really like how they went together. I just didn't really feel like they worked well together, the flashback moments and the present day moments. I didn't mind how they transitioned in between them. I actually kind of liked it. Boba's in the back of the tank, and he's having dreams of these flashback moments, and I enjoyed how that him going into the back tank kind of starts these flashbacks, but I just felt I don't really feel like the flashbacks assisted the present day story, and so far I don't think the present day story has assisted the flashbacks. But this is obviously just the first episode. The flashbacks I would assume are probably gonna be a more consistent thing throughout the season because of how prominent they were in this first episode. So obviously they could be done by the 4th episode, or they could be honestly done by the next episode, or they could just be a thing that's consistently through all 7 episodes. But if they're like how they are here, then I probably wouldn't like it too much. But if they do start to, in my opinion at least, assist the stories, the flashback story. For instance, let's say something in the 3rd episode happens, but it worked well because of a flashback moment in that episode. Something like that, or it also could be something that happens in the present day, and like the next episode worked better because of one of the flashback moments in this episode. So that's something that I could, my main problem with this episode is something I feel like could change as the show goes on, because it is a TV series, and there's shows where I watch Star Wars stuff, for instance, where there's something I really didn't like from one episode, but then later on it's like, oh, what, that makes sense now. I can actually understand that, because that's what TV shows are. Sometimes it's better not to judge it by just going off of one episode, because it's not a complete story yet. But if my problems are still a problem by then, several episodes from now, then I'll be kind of upset. But I still enjoyed the stories told in the flashback and the present day stuff. Obviously the flashbacks, we see how it gets out of the Sarlacc pit, which was Cole. We see him in his original trilogy look again, even though you don't really get a clear look at it. It was still cool to see that. But it's cool how he kind of just like you'd see him in the Sarlacc pit. He goes up to a stormtrooper and grabs like an oxygen tube to be able to breathe, I guess, and then he starts punching his way out using a little wrist flamethrower thingy, and like eventually climbs out, and we see him punch out of the Sarlacc pit, and up into the sand of, the surface, and climb out. But then, we see the Jawas take his armor, and then some Tusken Raiders take him prisoner. We see him try to escape from the Tusken Raiders, but, they capture him again. The second flashback is this child Tusken Raider takes him and this Rodian prisoner out into the desert to dig for some, the water caspel thingy. I can't say that word. Water thingies. But, they eventually come across this big, weird, creature. I don't know. It looked really weird. I don't know what to think of it. But the Rodian and the child Tusken Raider kind of get manhandled by it. And, Boba kind of does also, but he eventually, takes it out, and they head back to the camp. Where, Tusken Raiders celebrate and whatnot, and the one hands Boba, some water, and that's actually the end of the episode. The present day stuff, wasn't as, big. A lot of the stuff from the present day, we've actually seen the trailers. Fennec wakes Boba up out of the back to tank and go down and meet with some people who bring some gifts to Boba. The one is I forget what his title was, but he's there for the mayor of Mos Espa. He kind of disrespects Boba and whatnot, and Fennec, asks Boba if, what they should do about him, and Boba lets him, walk away. And then, I guess, I forget what's it, Trandoshan or something like that, captured some, Gamorreans, who worked under, Jabba and, Bib Fortuna, and, those Gamorreans end up, swearing their loyalty, to Boba and whatnot. But then, Boba, Fennec, and those Gamorreans, head to, Mos Espa, which, I guess was at the city we actually saw in the trailers, so it's down in this crater now. I guess this is an area we just never saw of, Mos Espa. I guess we never really saw a whole lot of Mos Espa. It's just a little bit in the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones and whatnot. So yeah. But I don't remember if you see a wide shot of the entirety of it in the Phantom Menace or Attack of the Clones from an overhead view. I don't remember. I'd have to look back, but obviously, a lot can change, and this takes place 40 years after the Phantom Menace, so yeah, and about 30ish. Yeah, about 30ish after Attack of the Clones, so yeah, but they meet with this lady, and they talk some business. Also, in the scene, because they're in this little cantina building place, there's maybe Max Rebo playing a song, and also the droid from Star Tours, I believe it is, Rex was his name. I don't remember his name. Who I believe also is in Galaxy's Edge. Is there? It might not be them, might just be lookalikes, but there is that, which I thought was cool. But then they're leaving, and they get attacked by this group of people, which they do get rid of most of them, but the one does kind of injure Boba a little, and then two run away. And Fennec goes after them and captures the one, but Boba heads back to the palace and goes back into the back to tank, and that's when he has his second flashback dream thingy. So yeah, one thing I really enjoyed from this was seeing Fennec, kind of question how Boba is planning on rolling and whatnot, because Boba's going to roll with respect instead of fear, like Jabba. Obviously, the line was in the trailers and the TV spots, heard it so much, and that was very clearly shown throughout the episode, which I do really like that. And I do enjoy how Fennec is kind of, questioning Boba about it, thinking he should be rolling, with fear, I guess. But, from The Mandalorian Season 2 and so far just this one episode, I've really liked how seeing Boba, I guess a little differently, seeming more respectful, more good guy-like, I guess. Obviously, still moments in this episode where he's brutal. He's how he fights off the people who attacked him. He does straight up kill them, like in exploding them with his little wrist rocket thingies. So he's not really a good guy there, but I do like that, and also other stuff. The only other time where he's really much more of a character is in Attack the Clones and the Clone Wars, but that's a very young version of himself. During the original trilogies, in The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, he's really not much of a character. He's just kind of there to be cool and capture Han Solo. So yeah, but I really like the character growth from Boba in The Mandalorian Season 2, and seeing how it's going in more with the Book of Boba Fett. And excited to see, him grow as a character, become more of a character in this series. And, also seeing his relationship with Fennec grow also. So yeah, once again, the music is great. I guess Ludwig Göransson isn't actually the one doing the main score. Obviously, music he did in what was from The Mandalorian, what appears in this. So far, just kind of the Boba theme used in Season 2. And I assume if any other time a theme from The Mandalorian pops up, it's obviously his. But I guess he did do the new main title theme, which I believe played out through the episode, but mainly when, the title card and episode title pops up, and then throughout the credits, that was his, something he did. But the rest of the score is being done by Joseph Shirley, who, has worked with Ludwig Göransson on several of things that Ludwig has done. For instance, like The Mandalorian. I guess he did do, on IMDb, I forget what he was credited as, for most of the thing. I know Mandalorian Season 2, it said he did additional music, so, he's already done stuff, but, he worked with Ludwig Göransson on movies like Creed, Black Panther, several others, as, several different, things, so, he's worked with, Göransson, closely, so, yeah, and so far from everything sounds similar, so I was honestly kind of surprised that it wasn't Ludwig Göransson doing it all, but yeah, obviously the most prominent themes are Boba's theme from Season 2 of The Mandalorian and the new main title theme, so yeah, those are also both ones from Ludwig Göransson, but yeah, there wasn't anything what really stood out to me on the music side so far, but I would assume as the series goes on, more stuff will stick out and whatnot. So yeah, but music is once again great. Also visually solid, not that much different than The Mandalorian. Obviously does feel a little, bigger, I guess, in a way, which I felt that same way for Season 2 of The Mandalorian, felt bigger than Season 1, and that's obviously to be expected with a TV show, but also helps that the volume tech has gotten better, as, it's much better than the first season of Mandalorian, and even, the second season, so there's always improvements there, and, that's a big part of the visual aspect of the show, so Emily, like that. But, yeah, all in all, the episode, I enjoyed it, but, I enjoyed the stories being told, but, just, I guess the pacing and just how the flashback scenes, and the present day scenes, I just didn't really feel like they worked well together, but, that's something that could change in, future episodes. The second episode, I might enjoy a present day moment because of one of the flashback moments from, this episode, and, hopefully that's something that I feel like will improve as the, series, goes on and whatnot. But yeah, that was a big problem, and it really kind of affected my enjoyment of this, episode good bit. So yeah, but anyways, my grade for this episode, I'm gonna give it a B minus. So yeah, hopefully those problems I have, I enjoy it more, I guess. But yeah. Anyways, next week I'll be reviewing chapter 2 and whatever it will be titled. So you can check that out then. But in the meantime, you can check out all the videos I've done on The Mandalorian and everything else I do. But I've been Stars with you, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
I am not a bounty hunter. I've heard otherwise.